So I love multifamily investing. And if the last couple of years, we really haven't been involved in multifamily investments as far as new deals. We have the portfolio over 2,000 multifamily units. And multifamily's been an interesting place. We've honestly had some pretty serious challenges. There's been a couple of deals that have had some debt issues. There's things that have come up. And for a lot of investors are scared because they may have been pinched by a capital call or some other loss or some other issue with multifamily. But I believe right now we've actually reached an inflection point, and it actually makes sense to start getting back in. The idea of being greedy when others are fearful, right? So I'm going to get into why I'm going to make a case for this, why I think you should consider it. So let's jump in. I have a great quote for you at the end. Let's go for it. All right, so my name is Bronson Hill. I'm the CEO of Bronson Equity. We do multifamily deals like this one here behind me. We also do oil and gas and car washes and businesses and other types of things. We provide passive cash flow for investors or tax benefits as well. So let's jump into this. Again, this is not financial advice. You make your own. This is just educational and my own opinions. So get your own financial advice when it looks to that. So let's talk about the challenges in multifamily. We've seen the fastest interest rate increase in over 40 years that happened very suddenly. It caught a lot of people off guard. We knew rates might come up, whatever, they're going to go up. And so what it did is it really put a lot of pressure on operators, particularly those that had shorter term debt and are doing value add type of projects. And so what do we know really about multifamily or about investing is that there's this incredible demand for more housing. No matter what you look at, some would say it's as low as 1 million housing or apartment units short. Some would say it's 7 million if you're part of the Realtors Association. The reality, there's this study that shows that there are about 4.3 million apartment units short. I think it's closer to that one. And I think that they're specifically in certain markets where they're growing and there's no more way to easily add new buildings, new apartments. It takes years to be able to do that. And so we're just seeing this great asset that everybody's familiar with. Everybody needs a place to live, whether they live in an apartment, they live in a house, they live wherever. But for a lot of people, as looking to grow, they need a place to live. So this is what this provides for it. So it's a resilient asset, something we know is going to be around in 5 to 10 years. So the reason why I think right now is a great time to get in is that I think whether rates stay high where they are right now or they go down, if the rates go down a little bit, the valuations start to pop a bit. So again, when you buy, your buying price is fixed, but your interest rate potentially can be adjusted later, right? So that you can always refinance, you can always do more. So it's actually sometimes better to buy at a higher interest rate if you know rates are coming down. Now we're seeing, we were a few years ago seeing multifamily deals where there were literally over 30 people and 30 different people at the table or groups at the table to try to buy a single apartment building, right? It's incredibly competitive. And we're not seeing that anymore. We're not seeing quite the competition. We're seeing stuff now in markets like Dallas and Charlotte and some of these markets that are just busting at the seams where they're going for a 20 to 30% discount or greater. Now, if you look at costs across our culture, we've had an increase in the money supply around 50%. So it's no shock that we've seen actually prices for things like groceries increase 50% in the US over the last 4 years. That's come from basically creating more currency without having an increase in productivity. And so we're seeing that. Just about everything across the board, I'm sure you can imagine, costs more, with the exception of multifamily apartments. They're discounted, even in great markets, sometimes 20 to 40%, which is absolutely incredible. So this is not going to last. Again, you have this incredible demand, you have growing demand in this area. The economics have been a little bit funny, but now it's starting to make sense where, for example, a deal we're buying, I can't talk specifically about it, but we're getting it at a significant discount because the owner has to sell next month. So they have to sell. There's no way to refinance. They're going to take a loss on the property. They have to sell. And so if someone has to sell, there's no other option. So we're getting some of these deals at an incredible discount. So I think in general, people are always going to need a place to live. They're always going to. We know in 5 or 10 years rents are going to be more expensive. And I have this chart that I just want to mention. It's from Mother Jones, and it talks about inflation and rents. So we know as inflation rises, rents are going to rise along with it. And I don't think our bout with inflation is done. We're adding $1 trillion to the deficit, something like that every 90 days. So as they continue to create more currency, if you can get into owning assets that pay you to hold them, that have an inflation hedge, and also using other people's money to do it, using the bank's money, some of the bank's money to be able to do this. So I like deals that are lower levered, maybe 30, 40% or more down, something that has some sort of limit, just a very safe conservative approach with a great operator, it can be a really great approach for you or for someone else that's looking to get in investing back into multifamily. So anyway, I love it as an investment. I'd love to hear from you. Do you think we've turned the corner on multifamily? Do you think it's ready to start getting in? I know a lot of people are kind of waiting and seeing. I think it's a great time to get back in. And again, it's been over 2 years since we really offered anything to our investment group up till very recently. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I want to share this quote with you as well. It comes from Louis Glickman. It says, "The best investment on earth is earth." Right? I've never heard that one, but I like that one. And then I want to share this video with you. It talks about getting income that's truly passive. I used to think doing single family homes was passive. It's really not passive no matter which way you look at it. So check out that video up here. And then if you haven't joined our investing club, you're not hearing about unique deals in real estate and multifamily, also in things like oil and gas and businesses. We're finding some great cash flowing businesses as well. You can check that out, the link below. Join our investment club. We'll start a relationship with you. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to educate yourself. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.